Hi, my name is Kirk Hamilton, your host of the Staying Healthy Today show. Today's show topic is reversing insulin resistance and curing diabetes. I just got finished I'm in the process of reviewing some 25 interviews done by Dr. Cyrus Kambata. He's a PhD in nutritional biochemistry, and his colleague, Robbie Barbaro. They are both type 1 diabetics and committed to educating people on how to treat and reverse type 2 diabetes and reduce the complications and have better control in type 1 diabetes following a whole food, low-fat, plant-based diet. And they're both type 1 diabetics, and actually they are raw food type 1 diabetics and controlling their disease. So their Mastering Diabetes Summit is just a fabulous project that they're completing. And I highly recommend that you go to masteringdiabetes.org and you at least get access to these professionals. They're MDs, they're researchers, all specialists in using plant-based, whole food plant-based nutrition in treating or approaching insulin resistance and diabetes. So what do I mean by insulin resistance? Almost everybody agrees that insulin resistance is the problem, which means that insulin, which is secreted by the beta cells in the pancreas, cannot push glucose into the cell, specifically, in particular, the muscle cells and liver cells, in an accurate way or in an efficient way, and therefore there's a buildup of the pancreas trying to produce more insulin to push sugar into the cell because it is the optimal fuel for the cell. And then there are multiple side effects to insulin because it is a pro-growth hormone, a pro-inflammatory hormone. And so almost everybody agrees that you're trying to reduce insulin resistance. But here's the difference. This conference and group of researchers is here to share with you that the original way to treat diabetes, way back when Dr. James W. Anderson, endocrinologist from the University of Kentucky, used to be for the Veterans Affairs, came up with the HCF diet, the high carbohydrate, high fiber diet in the 1970s. And he used to reverse type 2 diabetes. Now, somehow, somewhere, the low carb, high meat, high protein diet got favor. And maybe because it's easier and people want to just eat that way. But the truth is, what this conference is about is educating people that one of the fundamental problems of insulin resistance is because we have fat accumulation, especially saturated fat, that gets into the muscle cell and also liver cells. And what it happens is it's like chewing gum in a lock. The insulin cannot push the sugar into the cell. And so the beta cells in the pancreas push out more insulin. And the treatment to curing this is not, the long-term treatment is not a low-carb, high-meat, high-protein, high-fat-based diet. The treatment of choice is a whole food, plant-based diet with intact carbohydrates. That means in their whole unprocessed state with all the fiber around them. And that's low in fat. Simplistically, when you eat that way, you drain the fat out of the muscle cell and or liver cells. And within a day or two or three, insulin resistance, it opens up. Blood sugars come down on a high carbohydrate diet, intact carbohydrate diet that's low in fat. And that is the cure for much of type 2 diabetes and reducing the insulin need to a lower amount in type 1 diabetics. But also, here's the difference. Even though there are some cases where you can reduce the need for insulin on a low carb, high protein, high fat diet, the problem is that is not a healthy diet long term. It is not rich in phytonutrients, and the whole food plant-based diet is rich in phytonutrients and biochemicals that not only protect you, but this type of diet has been proven. Dean Ornish has proven it. We had a great interview with Dr. Roseanne Oliveira that genes are changed when you're on a whole food plant-based diet. If you check out Dean Ornish's work with his cardiovascular reversing diet on prostate cancer, it showed that some 500 genes were changed just by going on a whole food plant-based diet. And that's the long-term health that is necessary to preserve and reduce the risks to diabetes. When you have diabetes, you're increased risk to nerve damage, cardiovascular disease, etc. So I highly recommend anybody who's got insulin resistance, metabolic syndrome, overweight, type 1 diabetes, type 2 diabetes, you need to get demystified. You've been brainwashed that this low carb, high meat based diet, high protein diet is the way to go. Listen to these 25, 30 experts from around the country, and consistently it's the same message. And the beauty is, in type 2 diabetics in particular, the change can happen within days, and you can feel dramatically better. And you'll hear different case studies over and over again, the same result. So, my name is Kirk Hamilton. This is the Staying Healthy Today show. You can go to stayinghealthytoday.com and listen to this or watch on YouTube. I'll have links, and I highly encourage you to the masteringdiabetes.org website, and you can check this out. You can go to retreats with Cyrus and Robbie, where they actually put you in a 4-day program through a mostly, well, it is a plant-based type of approach, raw food, plant-based approach, and you have dramatic reductions in blood sugar and insulin need. Send your loved ones there who have any type of blood sugar problems. I'll talk to you soon. You have a fabulous day.